All right, ladies and gents. So if you've clicked into this video, I'm gonna share to you guys exactly on how I made the very first 10K month online. And again, I have a proof here. I actually made 24K in a single month, and this is a deposit additions. In my, you guys can't see this, but here's my proof. If you just notice this, shows it right. That's my name, receivables, 24K. There you go. So this is a weird way that you can make money online that not a lot of people are talking about right now, especially if you're in sales, right? So you've seen a bunch of gurus online talking about, marketing agency, drop shipping, and all these things, right? And but by just context, I've tried all of those things, and I'm gonna be honest, it's one of the most difficult things I can do, especially if you're gonna transition from your 9 to 5 job. So for me, actually, let me show to you guys as well. Again, this is a raw truth on how I've made my very first 10K a month. I've done a bunch of stuff. So I was shipping products. There you go. I was shipping products. I was doing drop shipping. Not too bad. Look, I made 1K in sales, right? This is 2020 or no. I think it's yeah, this is 2020 if I'm not mistaken. I thought it was 2019, but I didn't know it's 4 years already. That's crazy. Okay, so I was doing that, right? And then I also did a bunch of investing stuff. I saved everything. This is 2019. I was looking into forex. So again, that is my credibility. If you're like, okay, who is this guy? Right now I'm 22 years old. Fast forward now, I'm making between 20 to 30K a month in high ticket sales. So that is the main vehicle that I've made my money on. And the reason why I like about it is it's probably the most friendliest way to get into the online space to make money. You don't need thousands of dollars. You literally just need to learn a skill. But again, I'm now at the point where I'm building a sales team, so I'm at the past of the point I'm doing my closing myself, right? So obviously the way I make my money now is by building teams now. But for you, if you're a complete beginner or you're in sales, in person sales, and you're like, okay, how do I actually make money, travel, and do these things that all of these gurus are talking about? I'm gonna tell you right now, they are literally psyoping you to do drop shipping, trading, and all these things. Because I've done it already. And the best route to get into the online space right now is high ticket sales. Before you go to the comment section and be like, oh no, it's not the best way, blah blah blah. It's this way, or like, oh, aren't you doing the same thing as these guys are doing? Here's the why. Number one, the reason why I'm doing this is because that is the results that I personally have gotten to, right? So, like I showed you guys, the results I've gotten, this is the only path that I was able to get results to. So when I say this, because I've walked the path, I've done all of the things that all of these gurus are talking about, and it didn't work out for me. And it's like, okay, well, there's gotta be something that I'm doing wrong if I'm not getting results onto these business opportunities that they're talking about. And the reason why I'm not getting results is because majority of the business vehicles they're talking about is extremely complicated. So for example, drop shipping, it's not just simply by setting up a store and then outsourcing it in China and then selling it to a mom in middle of nowhere in America. It doesn't work like that. You need to understand marketing. You need to understand copywriting. You need to understand how to build a landing page that's actually going to convert, how to run ads, fulfillment, sourcing, finding the winning products, building a team to scale it, white labeling it, right? And all of these things, it includes multiple skills stacked onto each other. And that's one of the things that I realized as well in marketing agency and all these things. For you to get results for them, you need multiple skill sets. And I realized for me, I'm focusing on 20 different things instead of focusing into one, right? So there's this book that I read. It's called Essentialism, right? So one of those books, I remember, I want to. There's an analogy that it talked about it. It's about the cups, right? So for example, you have 3 cups, right, and then you only have a limited amount of the water in the cup that you're holding is a representation of your energy. And then eventually, like let's say you're doing different responsibilities, or at this point, drop shipping, marketing agencies, side hustle, buy and sell. You start filling those water into those things, and you realize none of them are full. Why is that? It's because you only have a limited time of energy that you can distribute to each business models or business ventures that you try. And that was my biggest mistake, because I was doing 20 different things and trying to make things work out. The best way to get results is by focusing on one thing. And not only just by focusing on one thing, but focusing on mastering a high income skill that you can eventually flourish on and have a good foundation to build on top of to start your own business eventually down the line. Because again, when someone says, oh, you can easily, it's simple to start a business, it's not simple, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. It's probably one of the hardest things that I've done myself. And running a business, there's so many things that you need to understand. You need to do trainings. You need to hire the right people, and you need to still worry about marketing, getting clients. How to fulfillment about the clients, and all these things. But high ticket sales, your only main focus is literally close deals, make a commission, and at the same time, you're learning from someone who's already running a business, a successful business. And then what you simply do is learn from them and at the same time make money, and you already unlock the three financial freedoms that everybody is talking about. Financial freedom meaning like being able to make as much money, uncap earning potential, right? That's number one. Number two is location freedom. You can take any calls anywhere you want, meaning you can literally be in Spain right now, take calls there and close deals there and make money there. That's what financial freedom is. I mean, locational freedom. And time freedom is being able to reschedule or work whenever you want, right? And again, you're still technically working for someone, but the best thing about this is you could literally be like, if you're the top performer in that team, you could just tell to your offer creator or whoever you're working with, yo, I'm gonna take a day off today. I don't feel like working. Okay, cool. Yo, I'm gonna take it earlier. I'm gonna take a day off today or earlier. I'm gonna leave earlier today. I'm gonna block out my calendar earlier tomorrow. And they were like, okay, cool. It's fine. Why is that? Because you're the top performer in that team. And it's the only skill set that you could do that. The only vehicle that you can do that is high ticket sales. And that's why I literally built my entire business through high ticket sales. And I built my entire, wealth within high ticket sales. And that's the reason why I'm so biased towards it. And again, I've talked to so many people that runs a successful marketing agency, successful brick and mortar businesses. I asked them, what would you recommend if you gotten started at the beginning? All of them said, learn sales. So you can choose now either or. If you're a beginner, you can either door knock, be stuck in a cubicle, cold call, or you could literally be at the same house you're at right now and start doing the same thing, make the same amount, and eventually when you start making enough money, travel wherever you want and do the same thing, make money that way, and live the nomadic lifestyle everybody's living, right? So now the question becomes, how do you actually get into it? It's extremely simple on how to get into it. And again, I don't have any fancy edits, nothing here. It's just straight sauce. And I hope you guys are finding something valuable today. And you probably watched a bunch of videos already about on how to get started in high ticket sales. But if you haven't yet, high ticket sales is practically you're working with a coach or consultant or anyone that solves a specific problem, because that's what all business is, right? They're not physical products, but they're selling a high ticket services or info services that cost between 5 to 15 to 20, 30, $50,000, right? The biggest packages that I've remembered pitching is 50,000. So that's the only thing I'm gonna tell you. So $50,000. So for example, all of these gurus that you see online, they need sales reps. All of these people are shoving people some business vehicles, business opportunities. These people need sales reps, right? And obviously, you want to work with someone who gets results. For example, one of the most criteria that I look for is before I decide to become a closer for someone is, have you gotten results? Yes or no? It's a binary question. If it's a no, I'm not working with you. Yes, okay, cool. Then we can ask the next questions, right? So that's the number one thing first, is look for someone to actually work with. Second thing, before you actually attract higher level offers, meaning higher level businesses, you have to also self-assess yourself. What is your current skill set, and where should you position yourself in a better way, right? So, for example, if you're a complete beginner, obviously you won't be able to actually pitch that person who has thousands and thousands and thousands of, followers, or like hundreds of thousands of followers, because he's probably looking for a top closer. So you want to start at the bottom of the barrel, not bottom of the barrel, but something where it's a low entry barrier first, right? So easy to get, so you can stack up experience. And I'm assuming at this point you're still working your job. Perfectly fine. Start something low risk, right? Start there. Or another option you can do is get into a mentorship program or a community, and then get a referral that way. And that's honestly the fastest way they could get into, is because they already have a rapport built out. Then you can go to the next step, and you have a proven plan to go and make those, 5 figures a month everybody's talking about. But that's, another story for another time. But we're gonna just focus on how to get started yourself there. So pick the niche that you're going to get into. So again, looking and assessing on where you're at currently. So for example, if you're working retail right now, then you're literally in a blank slate. So the main goal now for you is just understanding sales as a whole. Then I would honestly look towards making sure that you're comfortable at speaking towards people, and making sure that you know how to communicate with people. A lot of people, I'm baffled. Not a lot of people are actually good at communicating to people. So after you look for the offer creators, business owners, coaches, and consultants, you need to work from, it's like a ladder. Stage one, stage two, stage three. You work a ladder, work your way up. And the way you're going to be able to do this is by starting at low to entry barrier positions. And maybe it's a lot of cold calling outreach at the beginning. That's why I'm saying, if you have a sales experience already, you can practically bypass those entire thing. And then you can maybe get a closing position. But again, you still need to earn your position. So I would look into something like phone setting or SDR roles if you have sales background, right? But now, okay, how do I do this? How do I actually acquire the experience? It's either experience, mentorship, or by books, right? So those are the only three options I can honestly think of, or that I've personally done as well, to get to the next steps, right? And eventually, if I'm being honest, luck is involved into this as well, because the first time I started reaching out to offers is the first time I landed my offers too. Like that, the very time that I decided to reach out to offers is the very time I got my offer too. And again, it's different for everybody else. But what I'm gonna tell you right now, the fastest way to actually get into this space is by being surrounded with people who's already done the path, because they have a bunch of offers. They're like, so for example, you've heard the saying, "When it rains, it pours," right? So right now in my position, there's a bunch of people looking for closing position, and a bunch of people asking me if I can become their closer or whatever it is, right? And then it's the same saying, when it rains, it pours, right? So for you at the beginning, it's drought season, and you're practically cultivating your own opportunities. But the way you can formulate luck is by preparation meets opportunity. That's what luck is. That's how you create your own luck. And essentially, I've done years and years of work, the drop shipping, the trading, the investing, the side hustles, marketing agency, and all those things. And when I transitioned to it fully, it just happened very easily, right? So it's the same thing for you. You're gonna experience the same growth, the same growing pains, especially for a complete beginner getting into this as well. But compared to something like drop shipping or marketing agency, you're learning one skill and you're mastering one skill, which allows you and have a higher upside of success, right? You have a higher chance to succeed here compared to like a drop shipping or a marketing agency, you having to master multiple skill sets at the same time, right? So my best recommendation to get into this is by surrounding yourself with people who's already done it, right? Mastering the skill, and then like solidifying on which niche you're going to do it, and then just literally at the beginning, the main thing is just volume. Like just ram as much messages as you can. It doesn't matter, right? Because it's a binary option. It's either do you want to win or not. And whoever quits never actually get the results. If if I just look at my track record the last 3 years and I just quit, then I wouldn't be in the situation that I'm in right now. I've been in the game for almost I'm creeping up at 5 years now, just entrepreneurship in general, right? Because I started practically when I was like 16, 17, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So like, yeah, like about 4 to 5 years now. If I just look at my track record the last 3 years, right, and I didn't continue my fourth year, guess what happens? I would have never been in the situation I'm in right now, right? So it's the same thing for you, right? It can happen overnight, but what are the day-to-day work that have you been doing to get that overnight success, right? So if you're not, on track, you're not organized, you're not taking care of your body, you're not taking care of your mind, your spirit, your soul, then the overnight success everybody gets, you're not gonna get it, right? And obviously, I'm not talking about the crypto overnight people. Those one gets lucky and then they have a bunch of money, but do you really want to be that type of person? Do you really want to spend your time with that type of person, right? That didn't really put the work in to actually earn the money that they have. Do you have any respect for this type of individuals? Not really, especially the people who earns their money the wrong way. So the same thing for you, man. So when you get into this space, it has the best upside potential if you're a complete beginner transitioning from a normal job to get that 10K months. It's the best option. Out of there, like to be honest to you, and then I know there's like this new business opportunity everybody's talking about, Info Product Growth Agency or IPGA or like growth operator. Doesn't make any sense to me personally. You're telling me a complete beginner, you're selling a vehicle to a complete beginner, like someone who's never done a business in the past. You're talking to me that they can magically become partners and become a CEO of someone who has an audience, and all of a sudden they get paid 10K a month, 50K a month with no experience. I guarantee you, the people who gets results in that vehicle already has multiple skill sets stacked up. That's why I don't get when people sell these vehicles that requires multiple skill sets to master. I don't know how they're able to sleep at night and be like, okay, yeah, I'm able to actually sell this vehicle when I know for a fact that it requires more and there's multiple skills that you need to master, right? But in sales, all you simply need to master is be really freaking good at closing deals and mastering on communicating with people. If you're not able to do that, then business might not be for you, bro. You might just want to keep doing what you're doing right now. But to be fair, like that's the biggest high ROI that I've done personally myself, and that's how I've gotten the results I've gotten now, and why I'm making 20, 30K months at 22. And again, it's not easy. It's not gonna be overnight, but I guarantee you, it is the best vehicle that I was able to use to get there, and that's the exact reason on why now that is the main vehicle that I've done this. So, just in contrast, I have now a sales training company, and then I also build a sales team for businesses. That's why I'm like, okay, since I believe in it so much, why don't I surround myself with more people that's in this space and then just do this for years to come, right? So that's how much I believe into this space. I literally bet all of my money here. I bank all my money here. I don't have any investments. I don't have any Roth IRA, nothing. I've literally reinvested all of my money back to this company. I've reinvested all of my money back to make sure that all my clients get results. I invested all of my money back so I can make sure that, I build the best sales teams in the world, right? And again, it's all learning. I'm still learning. I'm 22 years old. I'm pretty young. So it's not like I know everything, but I just know this is what works, right? And I just know that this is the best route if you're a complete beginner and you're like stuck and you don't know, for a fact that you don't want to be slaving your life away at a 9 to 5 job. And again, you still need to put work in, but you just get to do the work that you find fulfillment to. And you get to do the work that you want. If you're at the other side of the world, you get to still make money. That is the reason why I love this vehicle so much. It's because it gives you that opportunity, right? And if you're the opportunity presents to yourself that it requires thousands of dollars to just test a product and multiple skill sets, skill stacking per se, to just get results, then is it really the best opportunity vehicle for beginners? Not really, right? So again, that is my 2 cents on how I made my first 10K a month online, and how you know if you want to get into it. In summary, master a skill, focus on one thing, right? And then surround yourself with like-minded individuals who's already done the thing, and then guarantee you, don't quit. You'll get the results. But yes, if you find some value into this video, you want more stuff like this, and you're interested to learn more about high ticket sales, check the description below. I have a free community there, free full course guide on how you can get started yourself. But as always, be a creator, not a consumer. Create something today that will inspire you and others. Peace out.